Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a beer, it is time for some Path of Exile discussion. In about 10 days time, the Gauntlet will be starting again. The Gauntlet is an event in Path of Exile that has grown time and time again. A player-run event that has now gotten so big that GGG actually helped facilitate it to some extent. It's Path of Exile played on extremely hard mode. So there's a number of really unforgiving mods that are similar to the private league mods that are available, but actually in many cases nastier. So the Gauntlet will take place with the following rule set in place. Firstly, it's going to be hardcore and it's going to be solo self-found. Secondly, it's going to have the following league mods. Unique monsters have double their normal health. Monsters have 70% increased AoE. Monsters have 40% increased attack, cast, and movement speed. And that will also apply in zones where normally there would not be any sorts of map mods available. So for instance, this will apply in fights like the Maven. The Maven normally can't get sped up by anything like this, but this will give the Maven a 40% action speed boost. And then we have the two that are really brutal. Monsters deal 100% increased damage and monsters fire 2 additional projectiles. This event doesn't mess around, it's trying to kill you. However, there will be people who manage to get to endgame despite that. So, I wanted to announce a bounty that I am sponsoring for this event. There's a major prize pool, which is to get as many points as possible out of a number of objectives. So one of them is reaching level 95, another one is defeating the Maven, another one is defeating Maven's Invitation the Feared. It's entirely possible that the Feared may not be defeated in this event. If that's the case, then the winner will be someone who hasn't beaten the Feared, but has beaten as much as possible of the rest of the content that scores points. However, possible flashbang warning here, there are going to be a number of bounties as well. At the time I'm recording this video, there are 4. 2 of them have come from external companies that are sponsoring the event. So Zizran's done a fantastic job at drumming up prize money from a number of household name companies. But in addition to that, there's a sponsorship that is coming from TRiceTheEffort, which is to own 2 copies of Montragul's Grasp that both have corrupted Val implicits on them. And there's my bounty, which is to acquire a Cold-Attuned buckler with item level 86 and both Shaper and Elder influence. Now, Cold-Attuned buckler is one of the heist exclusive bases that drop sometimes as a bit of a consolation prize when you don't get a replica unique in a given curio. You will instead get a Cold-Attuned buckler. They're not very rare there, but getting an item level 86 one is at the rarer end because you can only get them in monster level 83 grand heists. Once you've got that, you're then going to need to apply a Conqueror Exalt to it. Use Harvest to reforge the influence until it is either Shaper or Elder, and then finish the craft off with an Awakener's Orb. That's the only way you can get this item, and the first person to manage all of those pieces will win 265 American dollars. So that's the bounty that I'm sponsoring for the event, but there's likely to be a lot more added. I will put links down in the description below to Zizran's website, which has the main news information and then also has the full rules and information section that you see here. As for those of you that are considering going for the Montragul's Grasp reward, you're going to probably want to farm the Divination card Death. Montragul's Grasp is a tier 4 rarity unique, which means that it is the same rarity as Tabula Rasa, and its Divination card should be about as hard to self-compile a set of as Tabula Rasa is. It drops in a number of water-themed tile sets, Bog and Mud Geyser, among others, I believe, although I'd have to confirm that list. And if you do want to go for this, you definitely want to confirm that. Have a firm plan in your mind because it will be the sort of prize that goes off fairly early. Then you'll need to race through the axe at fairly fast speed and then just focus on farming Montragul's Grasps and corrupting them and hoping. In conclusion, Gauntlet is an event that's definitely worth giving a shot to. It is not for everyone. There'll be a bunch of people that will try Gauntlet and will say before they finish Act 1, you know what, this is not fun for me. And that's fine. There's plenty of other community events that are run for people like that. There's things like Badger Private League, and I'm actually brainstorming ideas for something I might run along those lines in the future. So if you're not having fun, don't force yourself to play it. But if you are having fun, then it is one of those real highlights of the Path of Exile League calendar. That's all I've got. May your Val Orbs have interesting results.